This past week, Ubisoft finally released their much-anticipated game Watch Dogs, in which players take on the role of Aiden Pierce while he tries to deliver vigilante justice to the city of Chicago, using pockets full of guns and a cell phone. I'll spend the entire video trying to figure out who his service provider is because he never has a dropped call. Hello? No, I'm working on a video. Watch Dogs is an open-world action-adventure title, not dissimilar to Ubisoft's better-known Assassin's Creed franchise. The game takes place in a near-future Chicago, where everything and everyone has been hooked into the CTOS. By hacking into this system, Aiden is able to take control of the environment around him as well as gain crucial information. When we're first introduced to our character Aiden Pierce, he's in the middle of siphoning hundreds of thousands of dollars from the bank accounts of rich people. So right away we know he's not necessarily on the side of the law. Not unlike Altair, or Ezio again. Pick one. Aiden isn't quite as capable a climber as the assorted assassins, however. He can do some basic jumping and climbing as well as some mild parkouring over lower obstacles, but he's not able to scale sheer walls and cliff faces. So instead you have to rely on your hacking ability to help you overcome these obstructions. When you hack into a camera, you take on its perspective, and anything within the line of sight of that camera actually becomes available for hacking. In this way, you're able to jump around from camera to camera until you find the opening that you're looking for and are able to exploit it. While you'll be spending a significant amount of time on foot, there are vehicles that you can use to help get around the city faster. Vehicles can be called in using the Cars on Demand app in the phone, but if you're a little more impatient like I am, you may just need to steal one. Stealing a vehicle will make it available in the Cars on Demand app for later use, but you don't exactly own any vehicles. You can't customize any of them, change the paint jobs, or anything like that. As the game progresses, we learn that Aiden's niece died tragically as a result of some of his illegal activities. This turns out to be the driving force behind everything Aiden does. He's always trying to find and bring to justice his niece's murderer. Though Aiden would clearly much rather be working alone, he finds himself out of necessity teaming up with some pretty interesting characters.
We need a distraction. I called the cops.
You did?
Oh, yeah, true story. So, cops arrive, and Maurice's little band of brothers arrive, and pow, 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 pow.
I find it refreshing that it's a story about a man trying to bring his niece's killer to justice, rather than maybe his own daughter, which would have probably been more cliche or more common. For the single-player portions of the game, it pretty much plays out exactly like an Assassin's Creed game. You'll be sent to a new area, perform a short platforming exercise at key points to unlock everything the map has to offer, have the story mission revealed to you, complete it, rinse, and repeat. Even at the beginning of the game, your mastery over the city around you is apparent. Using a tool called the Profiler, you can easily find out quick personal information about anybody just walking on the street. In addition to highlighting people's embarrassing personal secrets and past mistakes, the Profiler can also identify people whose bank accounts are unsecured and are able to be hacked. But more important than that, the Profiler also lets you find access points for controlling things like cameras and traffic lights, and also allows you to identify enemy players who are trying to hack your game. While completing story missions, you're not vulnerable to attack from other players, but when you're free roaming out in the world, you are free game and you can come up as a contract for them. There are a couple of different types of invasions that you can do on an enemy player. I've only tried hacking and only with some success. It seems like you have to fail at it a lot before you'll be any good at it. When you take a contract to hack an enemy player, you'll be put into their game and you'll have to hack them over a certain period of time. While hacking another player, you'll have to stay within a minimum distance of them, and as you get closer to completing the hack, this minimum distance gets shorter and shorter. making it easier for them to detect and eliminate you. If you kill the player that you are hacking, you'll receive no rewards, but if they spot you and you then evade them, you can still receive some experience and some money for the job. So the hacker has no incentive to kill his target, only to attempt to hack and flee, which I think is a good design choice. But the city is also there for you to explore, and there are a lot of side missions and activities to be done in the city of Chicago. Some of these side missions actually occur as chains, and once completing them all, you will unlock a special mission to cap it all off. But if you're looking for a truly open world experience, you can actually use the profiler to hack into people's text messages, emails, and phone conversations. Doing this, you can narrow down potential victims of crimes and then try and intervene before the crime actually takes place. Aside from your trusty cell phone and all your hacker skills, Aiden Pierce is equipped with guns. Lots of freaking guns. Pistols, shotguns, assault rifles, submachine guns. Aiden has quite an arsenal at his disposal, so if you need to go loud, you're ready to do so. But not just guns. Aiden has access to grenades, as well as a slew of other activatable things to make your life easier. Need to get past an enemy who doesn't patrol at all? Toss a little speaker on the wall and have it attract him over there so you can walk past. Or shoot them down in a terribly loud and obvious fashion. Think there are too many lights for you to get across that courtyard? Black out an entire block of the CTOS with the push of a button and slip past your enemies. Or shoot them in the face. Aiden's carrying capacity for these throwaway items is limited, but you can construct them on the fly with parts that you find. I have to admit this game isn't exactly what I was expecting, but having said that, I've been blown away by it and I really enjoyed it. I can honestly say I think it's got really solid mechanics. I think that the multiplayer idea is pretty innovative and interesting, and I also just thought the story was particularly compelling. So I'm going to give this game a 25 out of 26, and yeah, this is a great buy, so definitely pick it up. Watch Dogs. Until next time, I'm Alberta26. Game on. I'm going to give this one a 25 out of 26. So I'm going to give this one a 25 out of 25. 25.